This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Benavidez Sr here in Las Vegas. Jose, it's been a busy couple of weeks for you, but both of your sons obviously squaring off on Saturday night in different fights. But firstly, how are you?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for this opportunity too, man. And also, I want to take the opportunity to thank God, for all these blessings, man. We had a great fight last week at Matchroom DAZN. Now we have another big fight coming out, Showtime pay-per-view with two of my sons. I couldn't ask for nothing else for the end of the year.
I'll come on to Diego's performance shortly. Again, standout performance, but start off with your sons this weekend. David headlining against Demetrius Andrade. What do you think Demetrius poses that David hasn't faced previously?
Yeah, Demetrius Andrade is a special fighter. He was a two-time Olympian, two-time world champion in different divisions. He's undefeated. Nobody has won a fight him. Everybody ran from him. When they gave us a name right away, I know it's a tough fight, but these are the fights that we need in order to go to the next level and prove everybody that David's ready to be the best at 168.
What does a victory do against Demetrius Andrade do for your son?
To be honest, I don't think a big victory would do anything to him. I don't think he's going to get the credit of fighting a great fighter. But we're going to continue, working hard and fighting anybody. Everybody that wants to fight, we don't run from nobody and see what happens. Let's see what happens at 168. If nothing happens at 168, we're thinking about fighting Be Bold. That's the other fight that we want to get. Because he beat Canelo, he beat Zurdo Ramirez. If that doesn't happen, we'll probably go with Beterbiev. Those are the monsters in that division, and those are the people that we want to face.
Obviously, in the past, Demetrius Andrade has been spoken about being a bit of a boogeyman. He's a difficult man to look good against. How does your son go about looking good against Demetrius Andrade?
I don't know. We're going to see him, man. Two different styles. He thinks that he has the blueprint to beat David. I think we got the blueprint to beat Boo Boo. We'll know November 25th, and we're going to have to adjust to whatever he brings to the table. So we're super excited, we're ready, and we can't wait for November 25th.
People have spoken about and they're really excited by the prospect of your son versus Canelo Alvarez. Do you think next year we could see a fight agreed?
I'm just so tired of talking of Canelo Alvarez. He's fighting little guys. I got a 118. Maybe we can talk about that guy that wants to go up to 168. If he wants to fight 118, we can definitely make that fight. I don't think Canelo wants to face David Benavidez. He's trying to look any advantage that he can. Like we see now, he's fighting a 154 Charlo that, look what happened. So at the end of the day, we're trying to make our own history and try to make our own path. So we're just here to do and stay busy. And I also want to thank Al Heyman for all that opportunities that he's been giving us. And we're just going to be ready and stay busy.
You mentioned Beterbiev and Bivol earlier on. How much longer do you feel your son has at 168 before he has to consider moving?
Like I said, if there's nothing at 168, we'll definitely go to 175. We'll campaign there at 175 and 168, not a problem.
What do you make of the Beterbiev and Callum Smith fight? Because I'm sure your son might be interested in that fight then.
You know what? That's a great fight. That's a fight that I would love to see. But at the end of the day, I can't make any opinions of that because I don't train them and I don't know nothing about them. But it's a great fight. I want to watch it. And maybe whoever wins out of that fight, we could get that fight.
And Jose obviously getting ready for Jermell Charlo. How has he felt, obviously, moving up in weight for this?
Super exciting to be fighting with Jermell Charlo, Benavidez against Jermell Charlo. It's a great fight. It's a very dangerous fight. Charlo's a great champion, and he hasn't fought for a while, but they think that they're fighting a guy that's done. It's a step up for him, a tune-up, but I think they're going to get a big surprise.
On the flip side to that, do you feel like people could look at Jermell Charlo and think he's had a couple of years out of the ring, he's had a lot going on in his personal life? That could be something that you guys take advantage of.
Exactly. They think they're going to fight a tune-up fight. Be ready, because November 25th, we're in for a big surprise.
And Diego Pacheco again with a stunning performance last weekend.
Super happy about his performance. We're going to continue working hard. We'll probably bring him back in January, and maybe we want to make that fight with Munguia or Berlanga.
Is he ready now for those fights with Munguia?
He's ready to go with Berlanga. I'm just waiting a phone call from Berlanga's manager, and let's make it happen.
At what point does it become a serious point where you have to say to yourself, I've got the two best 168 fighters here?
I got the best, so we're waiting to see what's going to happen. And if David goes up to 175, we'll probably put Diego Pacheco at 168, and those guys are going to dominate the divisions.